Commander Thekvar stood 8 feet tall, his chitinous exoskeleton gleaming under the artificial lights of the diplomatic station. Scars from 1,000 battles marked his carapace, each one a testament to his prowess as the greatest warrior of the Zephyrian Empire. His forearms moved with practiced precision as he adjusted his ceremonial armor, the weight of his species' expectations heavy upon his shoulders. The humans had requested a cultural exchange following the recent peace treaty. Thekvar found the concept puzzling. What could these soft bipedal creatures possibly teach the Zephyrians? Their military had fallen within mere cycles when the Empire had first encountered them. True, they had fought with surprising tenacity, but ultimately they were weak, fragile beings who posed no real threat. "The human delegation has arrived," announced his aide, a younger Zephyrian whose antennae twitched nervously. Thekvar nodded curtly. He had been chosen to represent Zephyrian superiority in this exchange. Whatever challenges these humans presented, he would overcome them decisively, reinforcing the natural order of things. The airlock hissed open and 3 humans entered. 2 adults flanked a small creature that barely reached Thekvar's lower torso. The thing, a human child, he realized, had pale skin, bright blue eyes, and an unruly mop of brown hair. It clutched a colorful cube in its tiny hands. "Commander Thekvar," said the female adult. "I'm Ambassador Chen, and this is Dr. Rodriguez. We'd like you to meet Emma, our cultural representative." Thekvar's mandibles clicked in confusion. "This infant is your representative?" "Emma is 7 years old," Dr. Rodriguez explained with a smile. "We thought she might enjoy meeting you." The child, Emma, stepped forward without fear, tilting her head back to look up at the towering warrior. "Wow, you're really big. Do you want to play?" "Play?" Thekvar's translator struggled with the concept. In Zephyrian culture, the young trained for war from the moment they could hold weapons. "I am a warrior, not a player." Emma's face lit up. "That's okay. Warriors can play too. Look." She held up her cube, which Thekvar now saw was covered in smaller colored squares. With remarkable speed, her small fingers began turning sections of the cube, colors shifting and rearranging. "It's called a Rubik's Cube," she explained, her hands never stopping their fluid motion. "You mix up all the colors and then try to get them back to where they belong. Want to try?" Thekvar examined the object with all 4 of his eyes. It appeared to be a simple puzzle, far beneath the notice of a seasoned commander. "Very well. I shall complete this task to demonstrate Zephyrian intellectual superiority." Emma beamed and scrambled the cube thoroughly before handing it over. Thekvar's forearms gave him a significant advantage, he reasoned. He began turning the faces of the cube methodically, applying logical patterns he had learned in military strategy. After several minutes, he had managed to complete one face of the cube. "This is more complex than it appears," he admitted grudgingly. "That's great." Emma clapped her hands. "You got one side. It took me forever to do that the first time. Here, let me show you a trick." She took the cube back and began explaining algorithms with the casual ease of someone describing their favorite game. Thekvar found himself leaning down, fascinated despite himself. The child's fingers moved with a coordination that seemed impossible for such a small being. More puzzling still, she was teaching him, a warrior commander, as if it were the most natural thing in the universe. "See, this is called the sexy move," Emma giggled. "R-U-R-U. You repeat it until the corner piece goes where you want." "Why is it called that?" Thekvar asked, his vocal cords struggling with human humor concepts. "I don't know, but it sounds funny." Emma replied, then grew serious. "The important thing is understanding how the pieces relate to each other. Each move affects lots of different parts, not just where you're looking." As the session continued, Thekvar began to understand that this was not simply about the cube. The child was demonstrating something profound about human cognition. Where Zephyrian thinking was linear and hierarchical, perfect for military command structures, human thinking seemed to embrace complexity and interconnection in ways that baffled him. Emma solved the cube in under 2 minutes, then scrambled it again. "Your turn." This time, Thekvar applied the patterns Emma had shown him. His forearms worked in harmony, muscle memory from countless battles adapting to this new challenge. When he finally completed the cube, Emma cheered as if he had conquered a star system. "You did it! That was amazing. Most grown-ups take way longer to learn." Thekvar stared at the completed cube in his hands, then at the small human who had taught him. In his warrior culture, knowledge was hoarded, given only to those who proved worthy through combat. Yet this child had freely shared her expertise, celebrated his success, and made the entire process enjoyable. "Emma," he said slowly, "how did you learn this?" "Practice," she said simply. "And when I got stuck, I asked for help. My dad taught me, and his friend taught him, and someone else taught that person. Everyone helps everyone learn." Ambassador Chen stepped forward. "Commander, what Emma has shown you today represents something fundamental about human nature. We grow stronger by lifting each other up, not by standing on each other's shoulders." Tekvar's antennae twitched as he processed this information. In one afternoon, a human child had accomplished what the Empire's greatest scholars had failed to do. She had shown him an entirely new way of thinking about strength, knowledge, and cooperation. As the delegation prepared to leave, Emma tugged on one of Tekvar's arms. "Will you teach me something Zephyrian next time?" Tekvar looked down at the small being who had, without violence or conquest, completely revolutionized his understanding of power. Perhaps the humans were not as weak as the Empire believed. Perhaps their strength lay not in their weapons or their wars, but in their willingness to play, to learn, and to share knowledge across the vast differences that separated species. "Yes, little warrior," he said softly. "I believe I will." The cube remained in his quarters long after the humans left. A colorful reminder that sometimes the greatest victories come not from battle, but from the simple act of learning something new from someone unexpected.